Three, two,
Okay.
one. This is the UK Battle Rap Show. I'm here with a new host, Jay. And tonight we got in 100 bullets. 100 bullets, what's good, man?
I'm good. I'm chilling, man. Just at home, working on some what's coming up next type stuff.
I hear that, I hear that.
But you working on some work, working on some more body bags.
Maybe a little something, something. Working on a lot of music right now and seeing what's gonna happen with my next battle. I don't know what it is yet though.
Okay. Okay.
So what league you looking to be in next, G? What do you know what league you're looking to, obviously you had the battle with Sharon versus K Shine and DNA.
Right.
Do you think you lot took that battle, or how do you lot think that battle went? Because I think the battle was crazy on both sides. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, but what did you think?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you know what I mean. Like, had the battle ended normal, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were up
Yeah.
2-0 going into the third.
Mm.
But when something like that happens in the third, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about like a winner or a loser. It's you know what I mean like it's just
Yeah.
if there was if there were five judges, then they wouldn't have judged it. They would have just been like, yeah, we can't really judge this anymore. You know what I mean? So I look
Okay.
at it as we were up 2-0 going into the third, and then the battle kind of is over. You know what I mean? So I mean I don't even really judge a lot of battles nowadays, anyways, because most
Uh
battles
huh.
don't even, I don't really care who won necessarily. There's certain battles where
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, this is a good style clash. Like for example, me
Uh
versus,
huh.
like a shuffle T. I'll be like, all right, that's a good style clash. There was some history of some sort. If I'm a fan and I'm
Uh huh.
watching, I want to pick a winner. Same thing with like a title
Uh huh.
match or like or a dope battle. But if you just have like a O'Shea versus Kid Twist, just two really funny, entertaining guys. I don't care who won. Just entertain,
Yeah.
just do your
Okay.
thing, and that's what they do, right? Or if you have like two
Okay.
crazy bullies or something like that, you got bullies, math versus sugar or something. I'm not like, ooh, who won?
Uh
You know
huh.
what I mean? I'm just feeling like, like, oh, that was a good battle or it wasn't a good battle type of a thing.
Uh huh. Can I ask this question though to you? Do, for the fans, like when we do watch y'all, we do want to see a winner and we do want to see a lose.
Right.
And I feel like the word debatable is like ruining, kind of hurting battle rap because everybody can't get up there and win, and everybody can't get up there and lose.
Right.
You feel where I'm coming from? Because I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I see a lot of battlers that lose all season and get rewarded with big battles, and then I watch battles like of your battles and you winning battles, and I'm wondering why you not getting rewarded these big battles.
I mean,
What do
battle
you
rap.
think the reason?
Battle rap. Last year I feel like I had a pretty good year with opponents. I battled
You did.
Chilla Jones. I battled Shuffle. I was set to battle DNA. The battle fell through, and then I ended up
Uh huh.
battling DNA and Sharon. So for the most part, I feel good about the direction of where my battles are, and opponents are going.
Yeah.
But battle rap's not about winning and losing. It hasn't been about winning and losing. Fans like to pick a winner, but you know,
Uh huh.
leagues don't book you based on if you won or if you lost, and fans,
Okay.
fans basically, a lot of fans are like dick riders or haters. There's a lot of fans who are just
Yeah.
regular fans who are like, who will look at a battle and try and be unbiased, but for the most part, well, not for the most part, but you have a very large group of vocal people who will never admit that their guy lost and never give certain people
Yeah.
credit. So, and those are always the
Right.
loudest ones. You know what I mean? The loudest ones are the ones that are screaming, Sharon's the worst battle rapper on the planet. Like, we know that's far from the truth, you know what I'm saying? But they're so
Yeah.
loud, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Meanwhile, he'll
Yeah.
have 10,000 quiet fans rooting for him and, cheering for him, and then
Yeah.
150 loud ass, you know, wanna be heard, fans that'll yell and
Yeah.
scream. So, battle rap, it's nice. It's not a sport. People want to pretend it's a sport. It's not a sport.
Yeah.
You don't. There's no championship for the most part. You don't. lose a battle and lose your place. You know, you are. It's based on who the fans want to see, and that's who the leagues book. And if you're someone like Charlie Clips and you have just a fan base that will never ever ever give you a L, then
Yeah.
then then you know it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what he does in a battle. He'll always be booked. He'll always get paid good money, and he'll always, you know, do whatever he does, win or lose. You know what I mean? And I think that the worst thing about that is somebody
Take,
like Charlie. What's up?
does it take away from the hunger when somebody treats the battles like that, though?
Well, no, I mean
Does it
it's
make
not.
you kind of like want to get up there and not be like, I just don't feel like doing this. I'd rather do music.
Nah. You know what? Because like me, I don't have that. I don't have that leeway. If I go up there and play around, I'll get crucified. So I don't have that leeway. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you know what happens with other battle rappers and their fan bases. That's got nothing to do with me. If I go out there and freestyle or choke or whatever, whatnot, I'm gonna get cooked. You know what I mean? And I'm not in a position where I can slack. So that, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and at one point it was like that for everybody, and that's why at one point, you know, no matter how big the battle rapper was, nobody wanted to choke. Everybody was like, man, if you choke, you know, you lost a round, you're embarrassed. It'll be the worst thing in the world for a battle rapper to choke. But nowadays they call it a stumble, a long pause, or he, you know, they don't even, you know, it's just that, you know,
Yeah.
people, you know, the fans will make up excuses. And the worst thing about that is the battle rappers that have that leeway take it because they know if I freestyle, it's no big deal. My fans will say I won and I'll still get paid. If they thought if I choke, I'm gonna get cooked and I'm gonna lose my spot, and you know the next event I might not get booked and I might not get that money, then you wouldn't have people freestyling and pulling out their phones and all type of other stuff. But the ones that do that are the ones that know they can. It's the ones that know it doesn't matter what happens. I'm that nigga regardless. And that sucks because they're really talented MCs who
Mm-hmm.
if they did put 100% into it would be, you know, really amazing. But instead you get like a 50% and they're still pretty decent or even good at sometimes, but it's at
Uh-huh.
50%. So yeah, that's what it is.
What do you think, like, who would you say is your top 500 bullets? Who do you say, like, yo, you know what, yeah, you, because obviously everyone's got their opinion on who is top five, who's the you get what I'm saying? From your point of view, who
Yeah.
would you say is your top five battle rappers?
You know, I don't know about a top five. Like the game, you know, that can change based on every event. You know what I mean? Like Hollow comes out, and let's say Hollow was trash one event. You know, maybe something happens now. Maybe he's out of my top five, as like, you know, who's really running it type of a thing. But instead, I just got like maybe a top five that I enjoy
Okay.
watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so who would you say
So
that?
I, um,
Okay.
hold on. I'd say hold on
Yeah,
one
yeah.
sec. Um, I'd say Daylight. Daylight's on that list. He's entertaining and he got bars. He does a lot of crazy stuff, like just retarded antics and stuff. But
Mm.
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, his actual writing is crazy.
It's
So I
great.
say
It's great.
Daylight's on that list. Recently Calico's been on the list because I just like the way he raps. I like the way he actually is rapping.
Okay.
Um, you know what I mean? Like he's not the most lyrical or anything like that, but he's rapping.
Okay.
I just you know,
Uh-huh.
especially I think was that Tay Rock or whatever his last URL one
Yeah.
and whatever whatnot.
Yeah.
So just people that if the battle these are people who are like if right now if they say oh so and so's battle drop I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I say them two.
Yeah, what do
Um
you what?
Hold on, he's still got some more.
yeah no
Is that it?
no I mean yeah nah Tony D right now Tony D he's been killing it. Tony D definitely right now. Um he's always been dope, but I just feel like recently, over the last 4 or 5 performances, I feel like he just really went into outer space. You know what
Do you think he beat Math?
I mean? So, yeah, he beat. I mean, that's not even. He definitely beat Matt.
You think he beat Matt?
He beat him clearly, but that
I
whole
didn't get to
card
see his
that,
first.
that whole card don't even count. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like he beat
yeah.
Math, but like did they even battle? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know they did that card really happen? You know what I'm saying? Like
But this is
there was
Yeah,
lots of
I know, it's funny.
people. There's lots of people in the building, yes, and the battlers all showed up and they all rapped. But at the end of the day,
mm,
you know, other than the pockets of the battlers, you know what I mean? Like, did the battles
Yeah.
really even happen? You know, I don't know if they did.
Oh, they did. I agree with that. I agree with that fully.
but then
A lot of disappointment in
but
that.
then there's always that argument that if a battle's not on a certain platform, then it doesn't count. So then where do we draw the line and say that counts or that doesn't count? Or do you get what I mean? Because then how I get what you're saying, I agree with you, but then whose fault is that then? Because if someone wins, then there's no point battling because people are just gonna be like, oh, it didn't really count because he wasn't trying or he got paid a lot, so he just. Do you get what I mean, or what?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's just that certain situations, it's not about if it's not on Smack. It's just like if it is on film on it, don't count. It's not like I'm not saying if it's not on Smack, it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
yeah, I know.
But if it is on some brand new league that really messed up,
Mm,
then it really doesn't count. Like now, let's say these cats all came out, they had the 3 rounds like planned, and they had some good battles, then they count.
mm,
But that's not what happened.
Hmm.
mm.
You know what I mean? So people choked and people couldn't get paid or whatever. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna hold these people to those battles. You know, people will get a win. Tony D will get a win because he legitimately handled his business, but Math Hoffa's not gonna take that L. Math Hoffa's not gonna take that L like JC lost, but like did he?
He's not gonna take that, is he?
Yeah, you know what I mean. He didn't get paid or whatever the situation was, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like everybody will get the buy. You know what I mean. Nobody really is gonna take that L, and you know there's some situations where that's gonna happen, and when it's a new league and people are trying things out, that's most of the time where that kind of thing happens.
Okay.
Do you think that they went too big with that, or do you think if they had condensed that and went small, it would have been okay?
Nah, I mean they did exactly what they should have done. They're brand new. They wanted to make a point. They wanted to make a splash, and they did. They packed the place with like 1100 capacity. The place was packed. So I mean, in that sense, they did exactly what they should have done. It seems like the only
Uh huh.
thing they didn't do right was I guess there was some money management issues and some time management. But I can't complain about what they did on the card. The card was crazy. The card was amazing. It was really
Yeah, the
too
card
amazing.
was awesome.
It was too good for that. The problem is
Okay,
what
that's what I
happens.
was
Yeah,
wondering.
yeah. You've never had a situation where a league showed up, threw a bunch of money, and it went off like a King of the Dot or URL or a Don't Flop or a Guerrilla Warfare or Black Ice Cartel. You've never had a league that just showed up out of nowhere and said we're putting down $150,000. We're gonna book all the dopest guys around, and it not end up looking kind of terrible by the end. At the beginning of the event, I'm like, wow, these guys look like they got it together. Everything was looking smooth, and then it's kind of like rookies versus vets. Like leagues are rookies and vets too. Like this was a rookie league,
Mm.
and by the end of the event, we're like, yep, the rookies look different than the
It's
vets.
rookie league. Yeah.
So
Okay.
would you battle out a
Do you
rookie?
think? Do you think?
Sorry, G, go on.
No, no, no. I was just gonna ask. Do you think sometimes when people come in and try to create those big events like that, do you think they be ruining classics that could be done on a better stage?
I
And
mean,
then after
here's
people see it done by them, they like, I don't even want to see it now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you think that happens a lot?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, a lot of the times these leagues show up and book these big ass matches are actually doing what no other league was gonna do, or what the
Okay.
other leagues didn't have the money to do. It's not like nobody wanted Pat versus Hollow. Lots of leagues
No,
wanted
no,
Pat
no,
versus
no.
Hollow, but what leagues had the money to say, all right, Pat, here's your 10. Hollow, here's your 25. What leagues were gonna do that? URL's not gonna pay, Pat Stay to come over and battle Hollow the Don in the URL. King of the Dot, I know they wanted to, but Hollow cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? So unless they get like a sponsor or something like that, it's not going down. So, like Math versus Shoddy. I mean Math versus Tony. That definitely should have happened in Don't Flop. But let's be fair, they had 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had wait, no, they had like, what was it, seventh? It was a seventh anniversary.
Yeah.
They had 7 years. They had 7 years to book Tony versus Math.
Hmm. They could have
If you
been
got
and did that a long time ago.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's a big matchup that hasn't been booked and then some no name league comes up and books it, don't blame the no name league. Blame all the other big name leagues that never booked it before.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
So
Now,
so that shouldn't even be on. It shouldn't even be on the table for a no-name league to even book because it should have really already been done.
it should have already happened. This battle rap's not 2 years
Yeah.
old. Battle rap's old. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They
Exactly.
as many cards as they have on all these different platforms every single year. You know what I mean? But it just comes down to sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's money, whatever it is. So what happens when these new leagues come in? The only thing they kind of mess up, to be honest, is what happens is somebody says to one league, "Yeah, you want me to battle? I need 30," and that league is like, "Look, man, we give you." All the views, we give you the platform, we give you, we got 500,000 subscribers. We not paying you 30,000 for that battle, son. You're not worth it. Let's just say they say that.
yeah.
Then what happens is, not to say this is about a specific battler, but I'm saying then what happens is a new league comes in, and they just happen to have that money.
Yeah.
So what they do is they say, all right, what you need, and they always get taxed. So they go, what you want for the battle, and they go, I want 30. All right, we got you. And then their opponent goes, yeah, we want you to battle Hollow. And the guy's like, y'all ain't paying Hollow what he wants. And then they're like, yeah, so Hollow's down. We already sent him the deposit. They go, oh, they paid Hollow. Man, I'm going to get as much as I can.
Yeah.
How much?
Exactly.
I'm going to need this. Then they find out Hollow and Pat, and they say, yo, we want to put you on this card with Hollow and Pat. They say, Hollow and Pat? Damn, them niggas got loot. How much? I'm going to need 10. Okay, got you. And then what happens is the market, you actually spike the prices of the battle rappers.
Yeah.
And then the next event, they say, well, last battle I got 15. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna need this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And battle rap isn't growing in the sense of like one battle you got 5, the next battle you got 15. Battle rap didn't get 3 times bigger overnight. You just got paid 3 times more overnight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm a battle rapper, so I don't mind. I need one of these leagues to call me up and say they want to pay me 10. I'm good. Let's go. You know what I mean?
So people,
Okay.
yeah, but some people say that like one rounders doesn't count. Do you believe that, or?
I mean, look, man. Young Ill versus T-Rex, one of the best battles ever. It was 1 round. The problem wasn't that. The problem isn't that 1 rounders don't count. The problem is that it was supposed to be 3 rounds. That's the problem.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If they would have said it's a 1 round battle, then everybody would have known. But it wasn't a 1 round battle. They got paid for 3 rounds. They prepared 3 rounds. They were ready to spit 3 rounds. And then because of bad time management, they said, all right, here's a 1 round.
Yeah.
So definitely a 1 rounder doesn't count when they had 3 rounds. Because if I'm gonna prepare 3 rounds for somebody, I'm gonna put certain things in the first, certain things in the second, certain things in the third. I might stack my third heavy, but all of a sudden I got 1 round.
Oh.
Well, if I knew it was 1 round the whole time, I'm gonna just go berserk for all 6-7 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 rounder definitely does not count. Don't ask me who won, Hollow or Pat. Like they didn't even split 1/3 of the battle. Nobody won.
Okay.
Their pockets won. Like if Hollow got a kid, his kid won because Christmas is great. He got the nice big check. But don't tell me, yo, Hollow killed Pat. Hollow killed Pat. What you mean? They didn't even battle. They had 1 round. Like real talk. Like who won? Like.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's say you have a battle. Summer. Yeah, and they spent 1 round, and
it
they're
was
like,
like
I
they
got
showed
2
each
more.
other their guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah, they're good. You know what I mean? It's like who won? They had a fight. They had a boxing match scheduled for 12 rounds, and then they both leave the ring after two rounds,
Yeah.
and they say who won the fight? Well, nobody won the fight. It's not over.
Yeah. So do you think they need to rematch that 3 rounds or?
Well, you better find somebody who's got that money, because it's still. They're not just gonna be like, hey, we prepared it, da 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 da. Let's go somewhere else and wrap for $2,000. Hollow still costs a lot of money.
Mm.
So, and the league, whatever league books it, that's a huge match. So they're not just gonna run over to somewhere and say, "Hey guys, who wants a free Hollow versus, Pat Stay?" And not only that, who wants 2 rounds? Nobody wants to book a 2 round match.
Yeah.
Watch the one battle and then go watch our 2 rounds. So they're gonna have to write a different first round and do it all over again. Now maybe they'll look at it and say, "Hey, look, we can make a quick, easy, so and so, and go over to this league and do it." And maybe they'll lower the price because the work is, pretty much done, so they can kind of get paid twice for one battle or 1.5 times for one battle. But they still got to find out where it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to see them battle 3 rounds, but battle rap isn't about, it's not about just battle rappers and leagues. It's politics. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff involved. That to make a battle happen or not happen.
Yeah. Exactly. So you versus
Back.
so you versus Con. What would happen if you lot was to battle Willis?
I mean, if we get 1 million views, I'll tell you that. Happy with that. I'll tell you that.
Easy.
I mean, look, man, conceited is conceited. He's on TV. He averages like 1.2 million views per battle. You know what I mean? He's dope. He's like a pioneer. I go in there and I spit my stuff and I do my thing, and then 90% of the people, like, he's got what? Let's say I got, let's just say percentage wise, his fan base is, let's say, 70 times greater than mine.
Yeah.
His fan base is gonna say he won,
Mm.
whether he won or not, and then my little ass fan base is gonna say I won.
Oh.
And then there'll be and then there'll be another little group of people who are like the unbiased people who actually say, "Oh yeah, I think this guy won."
Yeah.
And whoever that is. But at the end of the day, me versus Khan, I love that battle. I think I win, but at the end of the day, man, battle rap is a lot about persona and how you look on that stage and how comfortable you are, and you know what I mean. And he's a vet that knows what he's
Do
doing.
you
It is what it is.
Okay. So
do you ever think that? My fault. I'm sorry, QB. Go ahead.
no. Go on, G. Go on.
I was just gonna ask. Has anybody ever told you like what's one of the biggest criticisms you get about your rap style?
I mean, it'd be either I'm not the most exciting cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out there. My performance, basically, it would be my performance is lacking. That's what it's been in the past. Um, or just like really, battle rap is like WWE. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they basically be like, I don't like your wrestler. You know what I mean? Like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Them people that
Or
say,
they want you to add some aggression and stuff.
Yeah, add whatever this and that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they're talking crap,
I,
fam. Your performance is cool. Like you don't have to be jumping all over the stage or wearing some mad costume to have a good performance. Like that's rubbish. I hate when
Exactly.
people say stuff like that and it doesn't match up. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I hear you. I mean, there's been battles, where I've looked back and I said, man, not even battles, like a whole string of 10 battles, where I'm like, man, I just can't get hype. What am I doing up there? But I feel like
Yeah.
in my last few battles, what I mean, if people are complaining about those, there's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
yeah,
Like if
Now,
people
you
look at my
turned up.
battle,
You turned up. Your last few battles, you turned up. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
because
You did a
cause
great job in those battles.
thank you. I felt like it was my back against the wall. Going into the Grand Prix, my whole thing was I got to get in this Grand Prix. If I don't get in the Grand Prix, then I quit because I'm not here to battle, you know, other unknowns like myself for the rest of this battling hobby. You know what I'm saying? So I needed to try and prove myself and get into this competition and battle the bigger names. So when I got in the Grand Prix, I turned up. And then I got comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I got comfortable and had a my 2014 was whack, and I look back and I'm like, damn, I forgot what battling was. I thought it was like a Scrabble competition, so I'm just trying to put words together, but I'm not really saying nothing too crazy. So I just kind of like refocused and got back to like the essence of what battling is, and like keeping the wordplay and keeping the punchlines, but adding a more well-rounded, um, a more well-rounded approach to battle rap, and that was pretty much enough for people to be like, damn, Bullets is better than ever. And
Yeah, yeah.
So what battle rapper do you know that you could 3-0 Bullets? Like keep it real. Like be real. Like keep it real. Like you sit there and you're like, listen, I'll 3-0 you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like don't do that. Like it's not debatable. It doesn't matter what.
yeah, I mean, there's a long list of people I think I could 3-0. Um, you know, I don't know how many of them matter. You know what I mean? I believe I'd 3-0 any of these PG cats. Any of them.
Any of them?
Ooh,
Yeah, any of them.
Steams.
Any of
Talk
them.
about it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
St-
any of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. I mean, I'll be honest,
You
man.
don't think
I'll
you
be
don't think
really honest.
you don't think Chester get around on you? You don't think
Nah,
Chester
I
get
don't.
around
I
nah,
on
don't.
not
I don't.
chess.
I don't consider chess. I don't consider chess a PG anymore. You know what I mean?
you? Okay,
I don't
okay,
consider him
okay.
a PG.
I
You
don't
know what I
think
mean?
chess will get around off you. I don't think so. I'm not.
I mean, Chess is nice. Chess is nice. He's got really good performance. He's young, so he's the kind of cat where like he might show up better than any other previous battle just because he's learning and still getting better.
Yeah, but
You know what I
Bullets, you
mean?
got them bars, G. Don't try and play humble on the show. Like you 3-0 chess. Don't do that.
Nah, man. I'm telling you, man. One day, battle rap fans and everything gonna realize how much bars have little to do with battle rap.
Yeah, true,
You know what I
true.
mean?
But
You
that's
know what I mean?
what we
Like,
look for.
I keep hearing that. I keep
yeah. I
hearing
mean,
that, and I keep
look at
hearing it and didn't see it.
yeah. Dog, look at the top. Look at the top. Look at the top names. Look at the biggest names in battle rap. How many of them can rap as good as M City, or Born, or Chilla, or
Yo, Born
you know what I
is
mean? Like,
cold. I keep saying this all the time. Born is
yeah,
cold.
you know what I mean?
Like,
Bars. All bars get you is at the bottom of the card. That's it. You want to be Mr. Bars, and you get the bottom of the card and a fickle fan base. But if you can go out there and dance like Hitman Holla and jump up and down and entertain the crowd, then you might be able to make a couple nice racks and be on the main stage and be in the main event.
yeah, but
It's not about bars, man. And this
yeah,
is from
yeah,
me.
it's
That's
true.
not it don't mean I'm not bringing bars, but I'm definitely bringing less bars. Like this year is the year that everybody said, "Yo, Bullets, you kind of turned up." And it's the year I really brought the least amount of bars I ever brought.
Mm.
I brought more jokes. I brought impersonations. I brought a slower rap pace. So just word for word, I'm rapping less than I ever have. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
think that's important. I think a lot of rappers try and rush through their
That's
verse.
important.
Yeah, because you have to remember, yeah, like it's
That's
listening to battle rap for some people is concentration. So if you're just whizzing through like 8 punchlines straight away or whatever it is, even a scheme, do you get what I mean? Like some people are not gonna pick that up. The reason why some battle rappers like the popular ones is because they know when to stop and look at you like, yo, did you get that shit? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, of course.
Yeah,
Of
like if
course.
you're just rushing through, like I said this to Steams when I interviewed him, like he needs to like sometimes he says some crazy shit, but he'll go through it like it was a normal bar. So then, unless it's someone like you or us listening to it, like they're not gonna be like, yo, that was crazy because he hasn't done the crazy typical thing you do in battle rap where you stop and you do the whole did you get it or do you get it? He'll just run through it.
Yeah.
It is
It'll be
pathetic,
like
but that's the way it is. Like if you
It's like it's. No, keep going. Keep going.
yeah, no, it's like if it's just it might be pathetic or corny, but it's something that you have to do to let the people know, like, yo, that was crazy. I'm not telling everyone to do the same thing, but you get what I mean, innit? Like if you go through a whole cold scheme and a punchline really fast, I'm telling you, it's not gonna hit a lot of people. They're just not gonna. They're just gonna think it's an average bar because you're not performing it like it's a hot bar. Not you. I'm saying the person in general. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a comedian and you tell 100 jokes in a row and you don't stop,
Yeah. Exactly.
then
Yeah.
the amount of laughter you'll get is gonna be less than if you tell a joke and look at the crowd like, yeah, that was funny, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then they'll be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, because I'm telling you now, yeah, Dots performs his bar like he said the best bar of the out of 5 years. Like he'll say a bar, yeah, it's a blatant reach, and he will look at you like, yo, if you didn't get that, you don't know battle rap. Like I'm sitting there sometimes like, yo, shit, did I miss that? Like, because that must have been crazy because he's yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I know.
He's crazy, man.
I just think at the end of the day, when everybody looks back on it, they are gonna look at what you were saying.
Yeah.
They are, you know, saying at the end of the day, everybody is gonna look back on what you were saying, and I've seen a lot of people lose the battles on cam like that when they went back and looked on cam and actually seen what the person was saying, and they was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But the thing about winning on camera is winning on camera. I mean, that's good for like somebody who's where they want to. You know, like let's say you're where you want to be. You're already, you know, top of the card, getting good money or whatever, and then you lose in the building, but you win on camera. That's all good. But if you're the type of cat that is winning on camera, losing in the building, and at the bottom of the card struggling, like a win on camera, eh, what does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what really does a win on camera mean if the guy that you beat in the building in the next event gets a big ass name and you trying to call up and you trying to call Norbs and he's like, the number you reached is not in service. But you're like, yo, but you're like, but I won on camera, Norbs. But I won on. They're like, look, man, the camera doesn't make them half as much money as the building does.
Yeah.
So if you're impressing everybody on YouTube, but people in the room are watching you, like, all right, man, whatever. That means that when they put your name on that flyer, they're like, I'm not really excited to see this guy. Maybe I'll watch it when it hits YouTube. He seems to do better on camera.
Yeah. Nah, it's true. It's true what you're saying about the fan base because even when Tay-Rock went against Surf, now obviously beating Surf on URL is like, as if you haven't got the fan base, is nearly impossible, man. I swear down. Like, it doesn't matter what Surf could just come out with some street shit and you've already lost the round. You get what I'm saying? Like, Surf just has that power on URL. Yeah. So, because me personally, yeah, you lot might think I'm crazy, yeah, but I think Wok spoke to Surf in nearly every damn round. Like, if that was anyone else that said them bars who was a top tier, it would be 3-0. But because it was Tay-Rock and he's not as high as Surf, it was, it's a debatable. Or, Wok, like, Wok snapped in that battle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I argue with my friends all the time about that battle. I say Rock won that battle.
He 3-0'd him, G. Like, I'll have you and your
3-0'd him. I argue it all the time. I said Rock won that battle. I couldn't find nowhere where Sue Surf.
That's what I'm saying.
Battle.
Even Surf was even saying in the battle that was hard. Surf is one of the most biased battle rappers going. He will talk his way out of a clear loss. I've seen it in interviews. Yeah, and even
I don't know what y'all talking about. Surf definitely won that battle, but I'm not about to argue.
How do you
Surf
think? What?
I don't know how.
How? What?
We talking about. Just to be clear, we're talking about Surf as in Sue Surf and Rock as in Tay-Rock.
Yeah.
Like them, right? We gotta talk about another Surfer's Rock that I didn't see somewhere.
We're talking about battle. We're talking about battle.
I'm not even gonna argue it. I'm just gonna say that Surf definitely won that battle. The only thing I'll say to even further that line of dialogue is that
I said line of dialogue.
Is that Tay-Rock was not. I don't even know if Tay-Rock was even talking to Surf at all. He has a lot of nice punch gun bars and stuff, but I don't think anything was directed at Surf in my memory. I could be wrong, but Surf was actually saying stuff. Surf was saying stuff to Rock, and Rock was just saying some dope stuff that was shaking the room. But then when you watch back on camera, it's like, yeah, Surf won that.
So what? You versus Rock? What's happening, G? Because I think you'd have a problem on your hands if you versus Rock. I'm gonna keep it real.
I mean, let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Tay-Rock is very popular. He battles in the URL. If I went to the URL, you know what I'm saying, and battled Tay-Rock, that nigga would. I get like he get cheers, so many cheers and crowd reaction that I'd have to float off the stage just off crowd reaction. Now, do I think that what he's saying to me is hurting me? Is he saying anything so cold that I'm like, damn, I gotta reevaluate myself? No, it's a crowd reaction contest. That's what it is when you battle somebody like Tay-Rock. See, like when you battle someone like Caustic, he might end your career. He might say some stuff to you that make people look at you different. When you battle somebody like Tay Rock is gonna say some stuff that's gonna make the crowd go
Yeah,
ah.
cause
But at
yeah.
the but at the end of the battle, you ain't nothing he said hurt you. You know, you're good. It ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like there's certain battle rappers, and I'm not saying one is better than the other, but there's certain battle rappers where it's a crowd reaction competition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the wildest stuff that has nothing to do with anybody here, but it's gonna get mad reaction from the crowd. And then there's other cats that are gonna say stuff about you, and the crowd is gonna be like, "Yo, I never thought about that, but his eye does look kind of. He do got a lazy eye. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But that,
He did. You know, like,
yeah.
oh, he did do that. You know, oh, he not really about that life. You know what I mean? Like whatever they're gonna make you be like, damn. I always thought that he was cold, but I gotta double get. Let me go watch his old battle. I thought he won that, but you know, after Suge said that, yeah, he might have lost that one. So like, that's the thing about somebody like Tay Rock. You know, I'll lose in the room. I mean, that's obvious. The boy's crazy. He got punchlines. He got a big fan base, and he knows what to do out there. Um, if we battle in King of the Dot, it'd be very different. If we battle in Don't Flop, it'd be extremely different.
All right. So if you battle on King of the
You know what I
Dot,
mean?
are you winning, Bullets? Let's keep it
If
one.
we battle in King of the Dot, it's a classic. It's a classic.
Okay. So at least
If we battle in Don't Flop, I kill him.
yeah, you would. And this is my argument now. Yeah, is I agree with what you're saying, but you have to. It's that your argument to me. You can say whether I'm wrong, Jay, as well. Yeah, is down to preference because there's some battle rappers that are just not personal. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they just come bar heavy to a battle, and then there's some that are personal. Some personals don't work. Sometimes you're too personal, and it's just like you don't even know the guy, but you're talking about his mum and her third eye. Like so, it's
nobody wants to hear
yeah. Do you get what I mean? So, but when you're saying shit like I'll have you and your flag hanging over a balcony, like I'm proud to be an American. Like, come on, Bullets.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
Bullets. That's
wild.
crazy.
No, that's great.
That's wild.
You know, that's very crazy.
Made me shut my
That's
laptop
amazing.
nearly. Nah, that was crazy.
No, that's wild. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and now if somebody
And what about it? By the way, what about his bar? If I holler get them, they all get them.
There's too many. Yeah, I know. There's too
I
many.
mean, that's on point. That's on point. It's not a punchline, but it's dope.
Yeah.
But he was directing that towards Surf Dog. You know what I'm saying? That was like I didn't heard that reused by other battle rappers and stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean it's dope. It's dope. You know what I mean? Look, I'm not like I said. I ain't even trying to argue who won a battle. I don't even care who won that battle. But I'm just saying that Rock did not win that battle.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay.
But nah. I mean, like, man, there's certain
I'll
things.
leave that.
Yeah, like the URL loves random punchline. They love gun bars. They like aggression. They like they like people who emulate what they believe is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, that nigga's real.
Yeah, I know.
If
I know.
Really,
yeah.
if I sat them down and I said, all right, I'm gonna need you to put 10 things that make this nigga real. And I'm not saying quote somebody. I'm not talking about a particular battle.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about
I know.
anybody. I say, what is real? They go put a bunch of stupid ass stuff down.
Yeah, true.
That ain't got nothing to do with if somebody's real or
Yeah,
not.
that's true.
You know what I mean? But like, oh, he out there selling drugs. Okay, that make him real. Cool. What else? I think he shot somebody before.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's true. That's true.
He real. Yeah, nah, that's true. He real. He a real nigga.
Nah, that's true.
What else?
That's true shit.
He went to jail. Okay, so we got caught being a real nigga. Okay, cool. What else? What else makes him real?
Yeah, that's true shit.
Right?
That's true shit.
And that's why if I battled in the URL again, I battled a hood nigga like T-Dub-O. He's like he, for whatever anybody calls real, this nigga's real. You know what I mean? He's a real nigga according to the URL definition of real. But having met the man and all that other stuff, and hanging with him when I went to St. Louis and whatnot, he's like, and seeing how he was dealing with all this stuff with Ferguson and all that, he actually is an all around real nigga.
Okay.
But we're just to be clear, I'm not taking a shot at him because I got nothing but good things to say about T-Dub-O. But when I battled him in the URL in the small room in New York, and it was me versus the most angry man in that room. Like that nigga did not smile once the whole time. Like Jazz the rapper was like, damn, he don't smile at all. Like, she was like, he scares me. Like, No, I'm not even making a joke. She was like, man, he's kind of scary. You know what I mean? And he was out there dolo, and niggas were just like, damn, he's really on something.
Mm.
But anyways, none of that mattered in the battle. He got
Mm.
cooked. He got cooked, right?
Mm.
So, you know what I mean? There's certain people where it's like, I know if I battle somebody, I'm a, you know, without really preaching, I'm a really, you know, if you put me up against like a bar cat,
Mm.
you know, it can be close. It can be close.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They could have better bars. They might have better performance. The crowd reaction could be what if, but if they put me against somebody and they say we're gonna have a real contest, who's the realest nigga, 100 bullets or that guy? I'm telling you right now, that battle's gonna hit 2 million because I'm gonna lux them. I'm gonna lux them all the way
Okay.
into oblivion. And like, if that ever gets set up, you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's just about knowing how to do what in what league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Going to Don't Flop and beat Shuffle T in England. You know, I don't know how many URL rappers can do that.
True say.
I don't know how many King of the Dot rappers can do
True
that.
say.
You know what I
True
mean?
say.
And go into England and beat Shuffle T.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if I go into New York, I know where I am. You know what I mean? I know what the deal is, and I
Okay.
know how to win. You know, against certain people.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
I mean,
Okay.
it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. You have to be an all rounder. I understand. I agree with you on that. You have to be an all rounder because
Well, you know what? You don't have to be, but that's what I'm doing right now. You know, you don't have to be, but that's what I'm doing.
nah, because Tay Rock is not going to go to Don't Flop and win. Not that really Don't Flop counts in certain things because that's a whole different debate. But yeah, he can't go to Tay Rock cannot go to Don't Flop and use that approach in Don't Flop. It won't work. They won't.
If Tay Rock battled Marlo would kill him.
Yeah, in Don't Flop world, not on camera, but in Don't Flop world. Yeah.
In Don't Flop.
Yeah.
In Don't Flop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Marlo will never ever in a million years get booked in the URL because nobody even wants to hear none of
Yeah,
that.
and he would get smoked.
You know,
He would get smoked. He can't come to URL with that.
and if they did by some chance, and if by some chance they did book that, he would die. Like, it would be worse than you know what I mean? And it's just because certain MCs do what they do in certain leagues, and that's what they do. And then when they go to a next league, they can't adjust or they don't need to adjust. And that's the thing. Like, why would Tay Rock switch it up? He don't need to switch it up. It's working.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would Tay Rock switch
Okay.
anything up? You know what I mean? So,
Right. Right.
right. And then if he went over the URL, if he went over the Don't Flop, and quote unquote got killed, as soon as it hit the internet, guess who won? Rock. Because everybody be like, I ain't feeling that corny white boy. That's what
Yeah. I hate that though. That's so corny when they do that. I know what you're talking about. It's true.
He ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
What was he saying? I can't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
You're right. That's what they be saying. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? When I say Tay Rock would lose, I say in the room. But online, he got a bigger fan base. He's got a more rabid fan base. And he'll win online. But in that building, they'll be like, yo, Marlo, you cooked him.
You need to battle Gemini, G. Seriously, you need to battle Gemini from the UK.
I mean, I'll battle whoever. You know what I mean? Like whoever sets up and Don't Flop, or Organic sets up in King of the Dot. I mean, I won't really battle whoever. I'll definitely turn down lots of matches. but Gemini is on the list of I'll battle whoever.
Yeah, he's top, man. Just like in the UK, he's top at the moment. Jay, you need to look on him.
But, you know, the thing about Gemini is, like, he don't need to battle me right now. He's like on the upward. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to put him on the side and potentially have him get cooked by little old me. You know what I mean? He battling Big T's and, you know, Tony D's or whoever. Like, those are the people he needs to battle. People that, like, can help his career. Don't battle me. I'm not gonna help your career.
I love it. That's it. Nah, it's
the truth, though. It's the truth. Win or lose. Battling me is not gonna help. That's a fact.
Let me ask you a question.
Go on, Jay. Do your thing.
Hey, honey, what's your biggest body you think that you didn't get the most credit for? That you believe that was your biggest body, and you was like, man, I bodied this dude, and you feel like the fans didn't give you the credit for it.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. That doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? There's certain fans that will never give credit, so I never expected it in the first place.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, for example, you take a look at the battle with JC, right? I killed JC, But I already knew this is a competition of popularity. So all of his fans And all the people that watch JC and they think of JC versus Chilla Jones, and they think of JC versus Time Bomb, and they think of all these really good JC performances, they're going to see that because, of course, before the battle, JC's going to kill Bullets. And the battle happens. There's going to be excuses. There's going to be, heads are turned, eyes are closed. It's going to be kind of quiet. But I already knew that. However, the thing about it is, which a lot of people don't understand, is that it doesn't matter if everybody doesn't give you the props. All that matters is that you get enough props from the right area. So, for example, you look at Sharon, and you look at Sharon versus Charlie Clips. Now, he clearly beat Charlie Clips, and it clearly doesn't matter, right?
Oh, that's a
That's
debatable,
what
G.
people. Okay, well, yeah,
I thought so.
I love 100 Bullets reaction.
I,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know how you put. I don't know. You better watch the battle again or don't, because it wasn't that good. But
I,
but Charlie Clips was horrible. You don't win battles where you make excuses at the beginning of the battle and say, "I had to cancel, but I showed up because of y'all." And because Organic told me they were going to lose a lot of money, so I came here to freestyle. No, stop it. Stop. Anyways, the point isn't whether or not you're delusional about Charlie Clips versus Sharon. The point is that to most people, and by most I mean, definitely the URL fan base and whatnot, they didn't care. It was like, whatever, it is what it is. And so people would think that the battle doesn't count. But when you actually look at what happened after that battle in Sharon, you would be like, oh, of course it counts. Because he just continues to get big matchups. He continues to get booked wherever, you know what I mean? He gets paid more, et cetera, et cetera. So even in a battle like me versus JC, they'd be like, you know, that battle doesn't count. Well, if you look at what happened to JC's career for the following year, you might think it counts because the boy was struggling. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm the reason he struggled, but you know what I mean? Like it was rough for him
yeah,
for a minute. For a minute. You know what I mean? And people like, you know what I mean? Like he's made a resurgence recently, especially with joining writer's block and all that stuff. And he's back to being really, really dope. But for a minute, he was he was sitting in this oversaturated spot where people are like, I don't know, man. Every time JC battles a big name or somebody that's not a no name, he doesn't show up. And then they would start looking at different battles and they would always look and say, remember when he battled Bullets? Well, he didn't try. Okay, well, what happened when he battled Young Ill? Well, what happened when he battled, this guy, K Shine, da 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 da. But now he's back and he's dope again, and that's good. But, on my side of things went good for me, you know what I mean? Like, in general, you know what I mean? So everything counts. It's just that it doesn't count to certain areas. You know what I
yeah.
mean? If I beat somebody and their fan base doesn't want it to count, then it won't count. But there's another fan base and to other leagues that it does count, and people continue to rack up, points or you know make um, examples of who they are or what they can do, and it just continues to pile up until you look back and then you're like, hold up, this guy beat all these people, and that's like, all right, well, I gotta maybe stop sleeping. So
Mm.
Yeah, for real.
So who do you want to battle
For real.
next?
Pretty soon the
Yeah, go on, Jay. Sorry, go on, Jay.
no, no, go ahead,
So
Caesar, go ahead.
who do you want to battle next, 100 Bullets? I know battlers don't like calling out people, but who do you want to like just speak to? Like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, who do you want to like?
yeah, I'll give two answers. I'll give two answers. The one answer is the answer I give every single time,
Uh,
which is, and it's the truth, is I never want to battle somebody. I want to battle people that battle rap fans are like, yeah, you'll lose to him, but the matchup makes sense. See what I'm saying?
yeah,
So before Chilla, it was like everybody wanted to see me battle Chilla. They thought I'd lose, but they still recognize that matchup makes sense, right? I wouldn't want to battle people where they'd be like, yo, they just set up 100 Bullets versus Lux, and they'd be like, that don't make no damn sense. Why did this happen? Bullets is gonna die. I don't
Yeah,
need that. I don't need that. But if you say, yo, Bullets will lose to Rum Nitty. Bullets will lose to, because I'm always the underdog. You know what I mean? Bullets will lose to
mm-hmm.
K Shot. Bullets will lose to Oh, red. Bullets will lose to John John. Bullets will lose to everybody, right? Until I battle him and I win. But there's certain people that are in a certain block where it makes sense. And the fans think that if we battle, I lose. And those are the people I want to battle. All the names that I just named are people I'd like to battle. Um, and then the other name, the other thing is, I kind of want to cook one of these rookies just to really cook them because first of all, they're easy to be cooked. They're easy to cook. and and I mean the reality is that they're really not good for the most part. And and what happens is the URL smart. They'll find a group of 10 people, and then they'll call them next. Like Mike P, he's up next, and then he gets tight. But I mean, like for the most part, they find a bunch of new cats, and then they don't earn a battle with the big name. They just get matched with the big name. And then they lose. Like nobody was like, oh, you know what? I really want to see. And this is not a shot because I think T Top's kind of nice. But nobody was like, I really want to see T Top versus Clips. Nobody.
Yeah,
said
exactly.
That. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nobody wants to see that.
Right. He got set up that because the URL was like, we need to, have less expensive events.
So they're building up the battle rappers. Yeah.
They're trying to. They're trying to. Half the time it's kind of working, you know what I'm saying? But like, but the thing is, a lot of these guys are held to URL contracts. But if tomorrow, Prep and like Steams and whoever else were no longer held down, or I wouldn't say held down because it's definitely not holding them down or back. But if they weren't bound to the URL contract and they were free to battle in any league, what leagues would actually call them up and give them, $2,000? Like a big league. Small leagues, you can go to any small league and get paid. But like, how much is Prep gonna get, and who is he gonna get if he gets booked in a Cali event in King of the Dot? And how much is gonna pay Steams to come battle and Don't Flop? You know what I'm saying? Like, the reality is they're in a situation right now where they're on a massive stage, popularity wise and numbers wise, they're on the biggest stage and they're being marketed a certain way. But as soon as that umbrella and as soon as that stamp comes off them, then, they're going to wake up and be like, damn, I should have not left. You know what I mean? And that's what happens to a lot of these guys that leave the URL because they think that they're popular and they think that they can get money, but it's really the URL's popular, not them. So when they leave the URL and they're mad at the URL or they think the URL is not paying them enough or they're not getting enough battles, which who knows, it might be true for certain situations, but as soon as they leave, all of a sudden it's looking rough. You know what I'm saying? So, I'd definitely like to go over there and cook one of these new cats that I think that they're real crazy and just, kill them. But, whatever.
I've got 2 questions left. Jay, have you got any questions left? I've got 2 before we're done. So anything you want to ask, go for it, Jay.
No. I got one question. I just want to who you got between Sue Surf and Murder?
I haven't even seen that.
Sue Surf and who?
Sue Surf and Murder Move.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's getting booked. I mean, it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Every time Murder Mook battles recently, I say he's gonna lose, and he wins every time. So I kind of gotta just wake up and be like, something about Mook makes him win battles.
Yeah, but is that his fan base, or you think he actually won on camera?
No, I'm talking about what I think.
Oh, okay.
Battle. Like I watched the battle like, oh, Mook's gonna lose this. Damn, he killed Lux. Yeah, Mook's, like obviously he beat Iron Solomon, but they were both terrible. That was a horrible battle.
Yeah.
But I mean, you ask anybody to come up with 5 rounds, 5 minutes, it's probably gonna be.
Yeah, it's too long, man.
Material.
Yeah, it's too long, man. I'm alright.
But yeah, I mean, if I didn't have history to look at, if I could just, base my opinion on who I like watching battles from, who I think always has the better bars and who has the better performance, then I think Sue Surf will win that. But Mook is just wins.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
and I think there's that writer, the ghost writing thing. And you
Yeah,
know how Mook got angles. He's crazy with angles. You give
yeah,
Mook an angle like that, man.
yeah,
Mook might send his soul. You know what I mean? With that ghost writing
yeah.
Yeah,
skills.
he's been saying on Angry Fan that he's gonna destroy Surf. Like he's looking to really. I think Surf got him wound up because Surf's been talking a whole heap of, you know what I mean, to sell the fight. So Mook has been saying that he wants to look, like destroy him. So it should be
Yeah,
a good
I'm
one.
picking. I'm picking Mook. I'm picking Mook just based off of the fact that he seems to always win, and he's got that really good angle to work with.
Mm.
So I'm gonna go with Mook.
All right. Yeah. My last two questions. Is first of all, would you ever sign like a league contract? Like, would you ever just sign to URL or just sign to King of the Dot?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, nobody would ask me to do that. But with that out the way, uh, the thing about signing a contract, especially like a URL contract, is the whole purpose of being in the URL is to get your name up.
Mm.
And then when you have your name up, you step outside of the URL and you tax leagues. So you like, yeah, I'm so and so from the URL. You see that 500,000 views. You saw that one 700,000 views. I want 3,500.
Mm.
And that's what you do. That's the only reason I even care to go to the URL. I go to the URL and my stock goes up automatically,
Mm.
right? It's the
Facts.
I mean, if you say to me, where do you want to battle next month? Do you want to battle in New York or Norway? I'm like, I've been in New York. I'm going to New York on December 18th.
Mm.
I'm good. I want to see Norway though.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We'll pay you this amount to battle here or in New York, or we'll pay you, you know, 1,500 and whatever, and go battle in Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii. I don't care about New York.
Mm.
But for career wise, if you battle on Smack and you do well, your price goes up.
Mm.
And this is so I mean, for me, you know, I would definitely love to battle there, but to actually sign a contract where I couldn't battle anywhere else completely ruins the purpose.
Mm.
What's the point? So now what? Now I could in theory go tell some other league give me 35, but I can't actually do it
Mm.
because I can only battle in the URL. So no, I would never sign a contract with any league ever. But like
So
I said, that's a situation. Nobody's calling up bullets there. We want you to battle here exclusively. Ain't nobody
okay.
worried about all that. But I wouldn't do it if it. But I wouldn't do it if it was an option.
Okay. Oh, so you wouldn't do it?
Hell no.
Okay. All right. So you would turn if they said to you, "We're gonna give you, I don't know, whoever a big name." They said to you, "But you have to sign this contract." You wouldn't do it.
I mean, how long is the contract? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. Yeah. There's terms and conditions. I
okay,
get it.
you're gonna give me a name. Cool. Does that mean I can? Like, when do I get to reap the benefits of battling this name? Like, I don't need to be popular.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't need 500. I don't need 500,000 views just for the sake of it. I don't get paid off of the views. See, all these rookies, right?
Mm.
None of them make money off views.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
they're in the URL. They battle Charlie Clips. They're not getting raises. You know what I mean? They're not getting raises. You know what I mean? They're not going to other leagues and making money off of the fact that they battled Charlie Clips or Suge or any of the other whatever. So they're kind of stuck in a position where they're being given matchups that they haven't earned, being paid the least out of anybody in the league, and then can't go out and benefit off of it. So
Yeah. Exactly. 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 All right. That's fair enough. I get what you're saying. You have to look at it from a logic. Obviously, some people just look at the name and just jump to it. So that makes sense.
yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on, Jay. Yeah, so all right, my last question as well, yeah, is obviously um well, first of all, would you do a 2-on-2 battle again? Basically, that's what I want to know as well. Would you do a 2-on-2 battle again?
I do
Like,
it
do you
again
enjoy it?
because
Is it different? Like, obviously it's different because you got to work with your partner, but is it hard to get used to do the 2-on-2 different or
I'll
not?
be honest.
Like,
I'll be
yeah,
honest. I'll be honest. I battled um Shuffle T on the 14th, or no, I mean what's his name? Soul Jitsu on like the 14th, and then the battle with DNA was 2 weeks later.
okay,
Now, when I was in London, We had 0 bars.
Okay.
We had nothing prepared for the battle. I had some bars from my battle from with DNA that I'm like, we could use these maybe. But when it comes to actually rounds, stuff we're gonna say, we had ideas. Like, hey, I should stop you from saying nigga. We didn't have it written out, but like, I should
Okay.
stop you. Or he'd be like, I'll get that machete to spray. Okay, cool. But we didn't actually have anything written.
Okay.
And then he got back from Don't Flop on a Tuesday. And then he like went to sleep for 2 days or whatever. I don't know what he was doing. I was definitely trying to get a hold of this fool, Sharon. And then on Thursday, he's like, all right, let's go. And between 2 hours on Thursday and 3 hours on Friday, we wrote the entire battle.
Crazy.
Now when I write battles, first of all, I need a lot of time.
Okay.
You're like I need 2 weeks to write. I would like 2 weeks to just brainstorm. 2 weeks to brainstorm, 2 weeks to write, and then 2 weeks to memorize. That's what I normally look for.
Yeah.
So we wrote everything in about.
Yeah, go on, G. Oh my god. Did he hang up the phone? Oh, wait a minute. Yo, G.
Yeah.
Yo, G, your thing was going on crazy. You know, we're trying to I was trying to put you in back, and you had music all loud and shit. I couldn't. It was blocking out his audio, innit? Can
Still
you
in
hear?
the room? Are you still in the room? Want me to turn down my audio?
Yeah, like now I can hear you, but before I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah,
me now?
yeah. It was just the music playing. I had to cut your call off because it was ruining his audio. I'm gonna try him back.
Okay.
I've tried to call him back, but he's not picking up. I don't know whether he's
Okay.
yeah. So if not, we have to just leave it as that. Hold on.
How did we do though?
Yeah, no, it was good, man. We're still on air, so let's just see whether he's gonna
Okay.
pick up. Hold on, let me try one more time. I think he's busy in the call for some reason. I think that's him done. Hold on. Are you still there? Jay, you still there? Okay, let me see if he's gonna pick up.
I'm still here.
I think he's done. Hold on. But big up everyone that's locked in anyway. Big up Jade. First interview, like everything's normal. Respect that still. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
big up interview.
you know what I mean? But hip like Tay-Rock, loot like, yo, Tay-Rock. You know what I mean? Tay-Rock is crazy.
He's calling me now.
Oh, is it? Accept him. Say that I'm trying to call him. Alright. Do you know how to do the joint call? All right. Just accept him and tell him that we're trying to call him.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't think it's going through. Hold on.
I think.
All right. I'm gonna call him and then I'm gonna call you. Hold on. Sorry, people, about this. Obviously, you get what I'm saying. Little technical difficulties. Yeah. Trying to call 100 bullets. One pick up. Group chat. Yo, Bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah, G, I was trying to call you about like 8 times. It wouldn't let me call you. Kept saying busy. Sorry, G, man.
Crazy.
But you
It's
was
all good.
but you were saying that you got the prep done faster than you were doing your battle, basically.
Yeah, a long way. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. Sorry about that, G. All right. So last question as well is obviously like because there's a lot of people that blame Sharon for instigating what happened, and there's people that blame Shine. Like in your pick, I don't really want to ask you too much detail. I think it's corny the whole situation anyway. I don't want to put limelight on it, if you get what I mean.
Right.
But I do want to know from your side, do you think that like other Sharon, obviously like I don't know if you saw it or not, Smack was saying that Sharon shouldn't have pulled the gun out in the first place or whatever, but it was only a prop. I don't understand why that should validate for what happened afterwards. Do you get what I mean? That's because I personally think if that was anyone else, not anyone, but if that wasn't Sharon, let's say, or you did it, I don't think it would have got the same reaction. Obviously, you can't tell the future, but what do you think about it? Obviously, without trying to shine too much light on it. Like, what did you think about the situation? The whole thing.
It had nothing to do with the gun.
Oh, okay.
What happened was, and this is just based on me looking and thinking back.
Yeah.
Shine tried to. He said, we gonna get the bulletin board.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the plan in getting the bulletin board or the result. Hold on one second, my kids are crazy.
Yeah.
What's up? Come here. The result of him getting the bulletin board would have been our third round antic kind of being messed up.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole point. He said, I'm going to get the bulletin board. Then he walks past him and he goes to grab our prop to kind of expose it before it's time.
Mm-hmm.
I run back and I'm like, nah. And I grab it back from him. And I think at that point he was still in his like, I gotta still mess up. Hold on, I still gotta mess up that antic.
Yeah.
I don't want that, whatever the plan is.
Yeah.
So when he first grabs the gun, they don't know what the antic is, but he grabs the gun, and the first thing he says is, "Ha! Look at him, he's shaking, holding a fake gun." So obviously he knows it's a fake gun, as of course it would be.
Of course, yeah.
And he thinks it's funny.
Mm.
Then he points the gun the first time, and he doesn't slap it.
Yeah.
So he went a whole, 4 bars without slapping the gun.
Yeah.
Then we run it back like the video. We run it back, and then he slaps it out because it's really going fire. And I don't think it had anything to do with Sharon instigating anything. That's battle fans saying, yeah, well, he shouldn't have slapped the gun out of his hand. And then they're like, whoa. That means you're blaming Shine. It couldn't have been Shine's fault. He shouldn't have brought the gun in the first place. Like, that's all it is. It's just a shifting blame game.
That's what I thought.
So he slaps the gun out of his hand, thinking this is gonna mess up their antic. And obviously this is all that's gonna happen. I'm gonna slap the gun out of his hand and that's it.
Yeah.
Not knowing that Sharon, a lot of people don't know him, but he's actually a Canadian champion of hat knocking off.
Clearly.
Yeah, we have that. It's a sport up here. It's very popular. He's a 3-time champion. So that was actually a pretty average hat slap.
Yeah.
Not even close to one of his better ones. But anyway, the point is, when he slapped the hat out, then Shane's like, all right, well, I gotta react to that.
Yeah. Do you think he was wrong? Do you think he was wrong for retaliating, or?
No, he wasn't wrong to retaliate.
Yeah.
It was an automatic reaction.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I see it. And before I let you go, thanks for coming on. But who do you think? Oh yeah, you already said that. The battle really didn't get finished, so you can't call it. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
All right then, G. Well, thanks for coming on 100 Bullets. I appreciate that, man. I know you've been busy today, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, man. Definitely know let you know when the interview drops. I'll definitely speak to you soon as well about that clothing thing I was talking to you about as well.
Okay. No
So
doubt.
yeah, let people know that don't know where to follow you on Twitter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at Twitter. Twitter at 100 Bullets. With the Z.
Okay.
That's what
and any any mixtape bars, any mixtape coming out soon, or album or anything like that yet, or you just focusing on battling?
I got a bunch of crazy stuff coming up, but if you have to hear it from me, then it ain't that crazy. So we'll see.
Yeah, send us some of that stuff. We'll play it on the show. We normally play music on the show still, so we'll do that.
All right then.
Yeah. All right then. 100 Bullets. Bless for that, G. Bless.
All right, go look it out, please.
But yeah, that was 100. That was 100 Bullets on the show. Yeah, that was 100 Bullets on the show. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for everyone that locked in. Big up the new co-host as well, Jay. Jay, where are you from again, G?
Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York.
Let the people know. So big up Jay coming in last minute to co-host. He's the new co-host as well on the UK Battle Rap show. So you'll be hearing a lot from Jay. Jay talking that shit, interviewing like a pro. You hear me, Jay? I see you, Jay.
What's up, man? It was a great interview. How you like that interview?
Yeah, man, definitely, man. So, but let the people know where to follow you in that, Jay, like Twitter and Facebook and.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Dark Clouds at Dark Clouds 2345, and you can follow me on Facebook at Jason Scott Facebook.
Okay, fair enough. Jay, before we go, I shouldn't even ask this question because I'm trying to wrap up the show, but because it go to a whole nother debate here. But your top three, say them quick. Who's your top three?
Oh man,
I want to know.
I'm gonna go Murder Mook. I'm gonna go. I love Young Gil. And I'm gonna give you Loaded Lux.
All right, we're definitely gonna speak about that next show because we're definitely gonna talk about that. I'm gonna go at you for that. There's some
okay.
I have to disagree. But definitely. We got Tally on next week, so obviously I'll show you some of his battles. He's from the UK. He's one of the first UK battlers to be on Smack, actually.
Okay, that's awesome. Who did you say it was?
Yeah. He's called Tally.
Tally, okay.
Yeah, so I'll show you some of his stuff off there. So anyone that's listening, we got Tally next week. He's the first UK battler to be on Smack, actually to get booked for Smack as well. So obviously we'll talk to him about what it's like being the first, how he feels, what it's like battling on a big Smack URL stage and all of that. So catch me and Jay next week. There'll be another host as well next week as well. So there'll be three of us. He's from Florida, I think. So we're taking this international. You get me? So Lyrically Street UK Battle Rap Show, Lyrically Street FM. We're out.
We're
Peace.
out.